Okay, today is Wednesday, April 2nd, and I made a few notes as to what I did yesterday. Let's see, it's mid to late morning, it's about 10:30 in the morning. We've been up for a few hours, we've had breakfast. Eddie has washed the dishes and put away the breakfast dishes. We got the bed made, and Eddie's reading his theology book. And I've got my second cup of tea, and I'm going to try to keep this short. I'm going to do a short tour. I'm coming outside to our front balcony. Eddie and I did a little bit of landscaping this morning. We cleaned up the weeds on our side of this fence. This fence goes back, it only goes back to our gate, and that's the neighbor's fence. And this is the gate that we installed. And see, the neighbors have hired a power washer to wash. And and I guess he's also doing some sanding. So I guess they're getting ready to do some paint. On the other side, we installed this gate and this bit of fence a few months ago. And so we're getting to where we're able to keep things clean and secure now, and so we keep pulling up the weeds, maybe every 3 days or so. We just do a little bit, and we're able to keep on top of it. So I'm gonna come back into. There's precious little tiger kitty, the queen of her realm. Okay, I'm gonna come back in. I'm gonna do a quick tour of, at some point this week I'm going to start on bringing down the rest of the ceiling board, in part because the ceilings are cracked. They're cracked and they're falling in. They're old and they were damaged from a fire a long time ago anyway. But also behind the ceilings are these 1x4s about every 16 inches. And I can use those 1x4s to continue building the fence that I started building out in the backyard. And that's the ladder up into the attic. And this is our sort of crazy patchwork of scrap pieces of plywood on top of 2x4s. That covers the fire hole from the fire that happened back in 1994, 20 years ago. Okay, and so here we are, and like I said, Eddie and I we were pulling up some weeds along the edge of the yard, and I had to dig up a few of these old banana weed trees that were cropping up again. So I dug up the root balls, and what I'm doing, I don't think you can see it from here. I'm going to walk downstairs. I'm getting ready to basically take some specifications for the next section of fence. I've already got all the measurements. I'm going to take a walk downstairs, and here we are down in the raised basement, which is now my workshop. This is going to be the next section of fence, and oh God, this is all a little bit of the crap we pulled out of the attic. We got a lot of metal, a lot of wiring, and the rest of it is in the front room, and the front room's pretty dark, so I'm just not going to go in there. But we pretty much cleaned out the attic, and and what do we have here? We have 12 nearly full bags, big contractor's bags of insulation that I pulled down from the ceiling on March 31st and April 1st. And then this is the yard waste that I pulled up out of the yard this morning. So we cleared away some weeds here. What I'm doing right now is I'll be building and installing the next section of fence that goes here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tack this little bit of wood here, and I've got a level. I'm going to make sure it's level. So I'm going to, basically that's going to be the bottom of the fence, And I need to make a mark over here as to where the level bottom of the fence will be, so that when I take up this dummy post, I'll know how far to trim the actual post that goes into the ground. Okay, so that's what I'm doing this morning.